Let's take a look into norms and roles. Norms and roles are the fundamental concepts in understanding social influence in psychology. Norms refer to the rules that regulate social life, including explicit laws and implicit cultural conventions. Role is a given social position that is governed by a set of norms for proper behavior. For example, in Hong Kong, if you get on a minibus and stand up while the bus is moving, you are violating the social norm. There is a famous study, the obedience study, which illustrates the power of roles and norms in affecting human behavior. Researchers studying migrants investigate whether people would follow orders, even when the order violates their ethical standards. As part of an experiment on learning, the participant is told to administer an electric shock to another participant every time that participant misremembers a series of words. As the experiment proceeds, the amount of electricity administered rises. Can you guess how far a participant would administer the electricity before refuse to continue to study? The finding shows most people were far more obedient than anyone expected. Every single participant complied with at least some orders to shock another person. Specifically, 2/3 shocked the learner to the full extent. These results are controversial and have generated future research on violence and obedience. There are some conditions that are tied to disobedience. These include when the experimenter left the room, or when the victim was in the same room. In other occasions, when two experimenters issue conflicting orders, or when the person ordering them to continue was not the experimenter. Finally, when the participant worked with peers who refused to go further with the project. There is another famous study which also reveals the power of roles. It is the Stanford Prison Study. In this study, students agreed to live in a stimulate prison for 2 weeks. They were randomly assigned to be prisoners or guards. Those assigned the role of prisoner became distressed and helpless. On the other hand, those assigned the roles of gods became either nice, tough but fair, or punitive and harsh. At the end, the study had to end it after only 6 days. These studies provide a good example of how the social situations affects behavior, and causing some people to behave in ways that seems out of their characters.